Okay, hello to everyone. Welcome to this new live session. We are just around the corner of ending May, so thank you for staying with us. It's nice to see some recurring attendees and always new attendees. That's great to have all the time. So thank you for being so far here. Thank you for watching this later on YouTube. It's great to be here and to present you Customily, to present you the best tips and tricks and the uh, coolest and interesting products for you to play with. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so let's start this live session with the basics. What is Customily? Most of you installed the app quite recently and are either getting started with your store from scratch or beginning the process of selling customizable products on an existing store. For both cases, we have the perfect tools to get started. So, Customily is an app that provides your store with live previews of products, along with options that your customers can interact with, changing those live previews with every interaction. From text typing to image selection to photo upload, your preview will change live and give you a realistic example of how your customization will look on the product. Also, on the back end, Customily will take this same information, this customization, and create the ready to print file for you. That will cut out the middleman, cut out the back and forth communications of what you want and how you want that. You have a design set and you can play with that any way you want, be happy with that. And when you add to cart and you have seen your preview ready, you as a merchant get all that information as a preview, but also as a print file that you can just send to fulfillment and shipping. For example, we have this sun bucket because I didn't tell you, but I want welcome to Summer Week. We're going to be addressing some cool products featured for now this summer season. We are about to enter now on June. So, for example, here I can actually select any of these icons that I want and change, put my name. I put the automatic name, but I can actually just change this any way I want, have my preview already set and done, and this will also be created as a print file. But you see, anytime I change something, the live preview will go with that. On another example I have open here, this is a beach towel, and we have this cool design with the lady and the cats. Well, this is an example, but actually we can have females and we have male characters, 1, 2, 3, and 4 cats. We have more than one listing photo here. And when you select the number of cats, then you start creating. In this case, is the male guy we're going to be personalizing. We can set skin color. So each option we select in the options of Customily will change the live preview. I can even put beard here. Okay. And if I don't like this character, I can just jump to a female character, just like that. That has 2 cats. In this case, we wanted to have a cat kind of product. Now, this preview is done by loading a template on the page, as well as the options. These 2 elements are created in Customily, the template and the option set. This is the group of options that will control this template, are created in Customily and connected to this product, and you'll see later how easy that can be. In particular, we have some products here that are running on a print-on-demand service, but we also have other products that are just on our store right now. So if you follow the steps of creating a template from scratch, you'll be able to create the options automatically in Customily. So you need to do this manually. Everything is done by Customily, and you can connect them to any of your existing products as well. As simple as that. Customily 2.0. Now, what this is our latest update for Shopify stores, which allows you to create and publish personalized products easier, faster, and better than before. Those starting your stores from scratch will have more interest in this section because now you can choose a product directly from a print on demand supplier, add a design to it, and get it published in your Shopify store, all from Customily app. Also, with the print on demand services that have an API connection, all the fulfillment processes will be automated. This means that once you receive a purchase, all the order details and the ready to print file will be sent to the corresponding POD provider automatically for fulfillment and shipping. And another interesting feature of Customily 2.0 for Shopify users is the free access to Customily's design libraries. This means you can find designs ready to use and sell, like the one the girl is wearing right now, or you can use this exclusive clip art and create your own art. So we can say that there are 4 different paths you can explore with Customily 2.0. You can work with a print-on-demand provider who has its own product catalog and add a design from Customily's library to it. This is the fastest path, the one that allows you to have published products ready to sell in minutes. You can work with a print-on-demand provider, but choose to add your own designs to their products. In this case, you will have to populate your design library before being able to publish products in your store. On the other hand, if you have your own products and are not interested in working with a print-on-demand provider, the way to go is to start by populating your product-based library first. After you have your own product mockups, you can choose to add a design from Customily's library to them and create and publish products really fast. Or you can, of course, add your own designs to your own products. This is the path that involves more time, but once you have all your product mockups and all your designs set up, it's just a mix and match game, and you'll be able to create and launch new products in seconds. So, to summarize this, I would say that when you sign up to Customily, you need to ask yourself 2 questions. And if you have experienced our onboarding, you will know these questions because they are right there for you. The first question is, how are you going to be fulfilling? Right? So, if you're going to be using POD providers, you may want to jump in and create your designs or use Customily designs and select the products from your POD suppliers. Now, if you're going to be doing your own fulfillment or working with outside print-on-demand services, you will gather the information from those providers or those products and create your product bases. You will have your own mockup images, you will have your print specifications, and put together those mockups so you can connect them to your own designs or to Customily designs. Now, the other question you may want to ask yourself is, well, it's not a question, but it's kind of, where am I standing right now? Do I have a brand new empty store to start creating products and publishing them, or I have an existing store and I'm radically changing the way I'm selling stuff and starting to show live previews to personalize those products I already have? Basically, if you have products already, okay, you may want to work with them directly, and you can browse through our previous live sessions and see how we create templates from scratch. Remember, templates are those files that load the live preview on your store. And those are the final files you need. And you can create them from scratch, connect them to your products, and keep things running smoothly on your store. But if you have nothing on your store right now, you want to start with something, using 2.0 tools will create new products from POD suppliers or from your own collection, but it will create new products and populate your store. Of course, when you combine these two items on each of the 4 possibilities, templates will be created as well. So the basics are the same, and we're going to explore that a bit later. Imagine I'm a Shopify store owner. I want to start selling personalized products, and I just installed Customily to try it out. Here we are in the main menu of Customily. You can see at the left bar that we have 6 sections. The first section, oh, this is quite smaller than I remember. Yeah, that's better. The first 3 sections are shortcuts to the 2.0 tools. The other 3 sections are the main core of Customily. Remember, we talk about templates, we talk about options. So here you can explore, manage, and create your templates, upload and organize your assets in libraries, colors, fonts, vectors, and images. And you can see all your connected products in the store section, as well as change many settings that will help you customize the front end experience of your customers. So whatever is created here can be connected in the templates, can be browsed and checked on your store, and whatever new stuff is created with 2.0 will reflect always on the templates in the store. Because here in the store, you can check, well, you can always click on products or link products. You can see all your existing products in your Shopify store. Those checked here are connected to Customily. Those that have nothing here are just your regular common products as you know them. Then you can browse through the options set you will be creating or associating to your products. These are where your customers will interact with. We're going to go into that later. But very important, and you will see that later when we go to the home section. Yeah, it's very important in the start menu. This is where you all begin. So today we're going to create the products I just showed you. Okay, we're going to create the sun bucket, and in this case, we're going to be our own fulfillment. We are our own bucket factory, so we actually have a lot of buckets, and we're going to be printing that in-house. On the other hand, we're going to be outsourcing to Custom Cat this summer beach towel, so we're going to be using that POD for now. Now, where do we go here? We are going to create a new product, basically. And when you open this, you see all your PODs integrated with Customily. In fact, you will see that all of them have, or at least most of them have, automatic fulfillment indicated here, meaning that they have an API connection. And so you can automate with them the printing and the sending and the printing of whatever print file Customily creates on any purchase. So you have all your print-on-demand information here. You have your designs as well here. We're going to see here. These are your design libraries, and also here are your product-based libraries. Okay, these 2 sections, we're going to be exploring that today as well. In previous live sessions, you will check out different ways of creating products, those questions we ask first, involving creating templates and using existing products. Today, we're going to be using a bit more of the 2.0 tools. Okay, so we're going to start with the bucket. Now, like I said, we have this bucket on stock, and we need to apply a design to it. Yeah, so I don't have this product right now. This is mainly, imagine this is my concept. Yeah, and I need to create this on Customily. So what do I need? I need the information from the bucket as it is. So I'm going to create a new product base. When I click on create a new product base, I'm asked for the name, of course. This is the live session sun bucket. And turns out I know for a fact that the size of the printing of that customized design on the side of the bucket is 150 millimeters by 150. So that's my starting print area. Yeah, I'm going to create that product base. So I know that I have a maximum print area of 150 by 150 millimeters, and whatever design I pick later will be loaded, fitting inside this print area. It won't be larger or cropped or anything. It will try to fit here, okay? And that's what is going to get printed. How is it going to get printed? Well, here is the great thing about Customily. You can choose how to get this exported to be printed. It can be an EPS, GXF, or PDF for vector files, PNG or JPEG for image, and you also have Illustrator. For example, when you select an image format, you can set the resolution. And when you have a vector format, you can set up the color mode depending on your printer and your specifications. But if you have this information, you're all set to go for the printing. So you click next. And now you are here in the preview. These are the preview settings, the second part of this product base. Basically, what you need to do is whatever print area you specified on the first part, on the printing part, you're going to showcase that over a product image. So you have actually these buttons, and here is the product image button that will allow you to grab anything here. In this case, I want an empty bucket, right? Because the design will show up later in our design. So I'm going to select this image, and that's going to be my mockup on the store, okay? So now that I have my product image, I'm going to grab the print area and just resize this to fit how this will look in reality. Even if the print area is 15 by 15 centimeters, you know this has, I don't know, 25, so you want to put this exactly where it's going to be printed. So later, when you combine this with a design, it will show on the print and it will show on the preview. So now that we have this all set up, in fact, there's a bit of a trick we can do here. This bucket seems to be slightly inclined, so I could actually open the transform tab and, I don't know, maybe change this, well, maybe let's see if this is bigger, so you can input this, make sure it's as big as possible or as big as it should be, and actually rotate this to be more accurate to the photo. So you see the photo has no, there's no limitation on the photo you want, as long as it's a nice mockup of your product and will showcase nicely on your store. So now that we have this set and done, we click next. And before we save this product base, you get to see what you're printing and what you're showcasing. So even if you're showing this, you're showing a design like this on the photo of the bucket, this is what your customer will see, and this is what you will get printed. So all set and done, we're going to save this. When you have more options, imagine I have a lot of colors available for my bucket. I can actually add more images and create the color variants. Okay, we have covered this in previous live sessions. We are welcome to guide you through them later. And also we will be covering when it comes to size as well later. But for now, we don't want any variants at all. So we're going to save this. Okay, all done. So now we are back to product base, and this is this section here. This is our collection of product bases. Now, this product base needs a design in order to be completed. In order to be able to create a product, you need a design. So we're going to the Start menu, and we create a new design. In this case, we're going to call this, we're going to call this a live session. Beach icons, like that. Usually, when you start off any design, you start with a big 1 by 1 meter square canvas. You're free to resize this to any proportion you want. Remember that this design will later be placed on any product that you want. Products from your collection, products from your print-on-demand services, and of course they will have print areas that are not square, of course. Just so the summer beach, I mean, has this print area, this rectangular portrait print area. So if you know you're going to be working with other proportions, you may want to rearrange your canvas by clicking the resize here. Now I'm just going to keep this as it is because I happen to have a square print area. What am I going to do? Well, this is Customily Design Studio. Here is where you are going to start building your customizations. You will have a design, meaning that you will have an image or a background or any kind of composition that will have static elements like a background, will have dynamic elements that text that you can input your name, for example. So you can create curved text or you can create straight texts. And this is now a space for your customers to type anything they want. So I can come here to the type to try the text box and type. So I'm testing this perfectly. Now that I have something on the box, I can start playing around with the font. I mean, I can open this and transform this, position that perfectly in coordinates and rotation and width and height. And I can also jump to the next part, which is the character. Here I'm going to select one or plenty of fonts that I want to offer for my design. So if I am going to be offering many fonts, all I have to do is select one, then go to the second position, select the second font, or the third font, and so on. If I don't have any font, I click here and I upload new fonts, or I create a library here and I build a font library. Yeah, I can just come here and pick this library. So in this case, for the word fonts, the first font is the Sincel. Then we have something called the Nikon. We have the I'm putting this bigger so you can see. I have the Quattro, then the Quarto, sorry, the Rockwell, and Satisfaction. That's it. That's all the fonts we have in this particular library. But I actually wanted to create this design with just one font. So I remove the library and I go and find my font. I haven't used this font for like 2 decades, so it's time to revive the old classic Comic Sans. So now I have this this text element, and I'm going to arrange this so it goes into my design the way I want this. I can rotate this any way I want, like this, or maybe go to transform and be more precise about this. Yeah. I can set the box to be bigger or smaller. In this case, I think I'm going to make this really big, like that. Notice that the text didn't change at all. It's still a bit small. And why is that? Because the size of the font is something you need to control with these two elements, the minimum size and the maximum size. The reason we have a maximum and a minimum is because you can keep typing. Yeah, your customer will keep typing and typing and typing. And when you reach the end of the box, it's going to start shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. When it's going to stop when it reaches the minimum size. In this case, if you click here, it's 15. Now that's unprintable. So you know for a fact that 15 will never be your minimum size. If I go to 50, okay, now I have maximum and minimum size. Basically, when you reach the end of the box, it stops typing. But there's a lot of space here. So maybe we want to put this, I don't know, let's say, for example, 400. Just 1 second. We're going to quickly close the row. Yeah, perfect. That's more like it. So if I type 400, yeah, and I remove a lot of this and I go to the minimum possible, yeah, and now I have a bigger font. As big as 356, not 400. So we can make this bigger and see, okay, so 400, now that's the limit. and 50 is still small, so we are going to go with 300. Yeah. So now we can keep typing until we go into this small. That's more reasonable, I guess. Yeah, so that's as much as you can. If you check it out, I think I can fit 2, 4, 6, 8 with the space, 10, 12, 14, maybe 15, 16 characters. Yeah. So that could be a nice limitation that we can set up later. Now that we have the text here, let's go and add images. So there are many tools here. As you can see, you can have a placeholder so customers can upload their own images, but that's going to be quite messy if they upload something that is hard to print like this. So we want not to offer the chance to upload any images for your customers, so no placeholders. We're going to be offering our own icons. And for that, we're going to use dynamic images. Dynamic image or dynamic vector are objects that can hold many images altogether, and they present choices like the one you see here. So all these images are inside one unique object called dynamic image. And I can upload one by one or bulk upload them, or I can select a library. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to come here and create a library using that. I'm going to libraries. I'm going to see that here we have font libraries, color libraries, vectors, and image libraries. And I'm going to create a library called the beach icons. I have a lot of libraries, so I'm going to just jump to the last page where I know this one has been created here. So I can change the name and I can come here and edit this. So I can start adding images, right? I can just upload image and come here and get these images all together. This one through this one, just a couple of repeated ones. I can actually upload everything together here. Okay. Now, one thing that I should actually pay attention to is I have an option here, which is no image at all. Hey, you can offer this. Maybe someone can actually want this. So we want to offer this to be the first option. The first option is going to be empty. So we make sure when we start our images, we are not going to start in the first position. That's the empty one. We are going to select the second one and upload those images. Sorry, create those images. We already upload them. There are 7 files selected. So we're going to create them. What happened here is that we left the first space empty, so we can offer that as an option later. These are really annoying names, so we're going to double click here and change them really quick. It's important to change them, change all these names once, because these changes will reflect here in the tooltips. So having that is actually a you don't want this to say resource number 1, 2, 3. I mean, you want this to show a nice name for the option basically. So let me quickly rename this. Yeah. And this one is dolphin. Yeah. Okay. All said and done for this particular library, we are off to our design again. And in this case, we're going to pick this dynamic image, pick the library. This is the beach. I'm going to find that really quickly, beach icons. Select. And well, where nothing is here is showing. Why? Because the first option is empty. This is the no option. And this one will show on the second option, the ball, the starfish, the duck, and the others as well. Okay, and now let's try like that and like that. Yeah, that's pretty much what I want as a design right now. Yeah, let's try to align this. Okay, and there are alignment tools, so I can center this on the area. That's my design. Okay. Later, when you want to set up your own designs, remember you have text boxes, placeholder for customers to upload files, your dynamic images to upload your own art, and check out our live sessions about maps and star maps. These are really cool features. So I'm going to save this design. And very interesting thing, when you save your design and everything is all set up and ready for you to start creating your products, you will also get something created called the options. Remember, the options are actually this. These options are what you're going to be offering your customers. Your customer will be interacting with this, so they need to be clear in instructions, good looking, specify where they need to be. Everything has to be there, can be set up on the options here on the design. So when you create your product, everything is working perfectly. Let me edit this and see you what I'm talking about. It's a pretty simple design. So the first option is the text input. This is where you're going to be typing your name. So we're going to set the label as type your name. And there are other things we can play with. For example, we can suggest a number, okay, and limit the number of characters. Remember, we talked about 14 characters. We're going to stay with that. Example. Yeah, so this is my first option. My second option is the image selection. And you see Customily actually created all the options with the names. So you see the icons and everything looks beautiful and ready to go. But we're missing the empty option. Remember, the empty option is not here because it's empty. So we can manually add that option here. It was going to be the no icon. No icon. And since all of these have swatches, they have thumbnails, we should put a thumbnail here. So there's an option here to browse the name. I have this image and I'm going to use that. Okay, very important. By default, this one is number 8, and that's wrong. That's the number 1. So you need to put this number 1 and have this selected so nothing will show up at the beginning. If you want to rearrange this, all you have to do is drag this all the way to the first position. At the same time, if you want to first select the icon and then the text, you can drag this all the way up here. That's how we put together the options the way we like it. We save it, and we are ready to connect this design and this product together. So we go to Start, we create a new product, and instead of going and browsing through the catalogs of these print-on-demand providers, we're going to this one. This is our product basis. This is where we have our own products for our own fulfillment, like this bucket. Okay, there's no variant, so just the print area. Now we're going to click Next. And instead of coming to Customily designs, which we're going to check out later, we're going to pick from our design. In our designs, we have this one. Okay, so we can click here, and now we sit back and wait for a minute or two. What's happening here? Customily is combining your product base and your design. It's creating a brand new product in your store. That product will have a listing photo, a name, a description. Well, price will be set to 0, of course, and you will have to change that. But it will also create the options and the template for that particular product. And your template will have a print file, and a preview, just like that. So right now there's nothing, of course, there's no variants, there's no selection because I put this to be selected, but I can actually click on the fish and see the fish. I can type something and see my name. Well, my name wasn't typed, but now you see I can type that. I can keep changing my icons, yeah, and go like that. So I'm going to do this. I don't know what was the right name, but I think it was. So I like this to be my new listing photo. I can click here and save this as my new listing photo. Okay, and well, I have the name here. I have all set up. I could actually edit the options, particularly for this product, but I'm going to keep it like that. There's another shortcut here that if you click here, it will allow you to do some changes. For example, change the title, change the description. Okay, but in this case, this can be later done on Shopify without any problem. Okay. All said and done, let's publish this and send it over right to our store. If you get this message, don't panic. The product has just been created, so Customily try to find it really quick. You need to refresh the page and see that working perfectly well. And you get the listing photo, you get your options, you get your template loaded, and you can play around with this any way you want, and add to cart and get the print file and also get the preview. I'm being asked, how can I change the position? Okay, if you check here, well, this is my design, okay, and I could actually work on my design and have that change for future products. But since I already have this product working, if you want to change the position, I'm assuming you want to change the position of the design on the face of the bucket, or maybe the position of the text. That's a possibility. For that, you need to offer those many options. So I'm going to Customily, and let's see what happened on the back end. On the back end, I go to templates here. Okay, and well, I have a lot of templates, but if I go to the last one created, that's the live session sound bucket with the beach icons. I can edit this template and see I have the print area. The print area is 150 by 150, exactly what we set up first. We have the custom text, and we have the icons here. If I wanted to change this and offer different options, I could actually do this without any problem. So, for example, I have this design, and I can grab this design like this and create what is called a layout. A layout is a group of layers that will behave together. And let's call this the site name. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to hit the Control C and then the Control B as in bat, because I want to paste this exactly where it is already. And now I have a new layout, and this one's going to be the top name. Okay, you can do this with as many as you want. I just wanted to do this like this, so I'm going to play around with this. I'm going to center this and drag it down to the edge, then grab my text, transform this to 0, center this, drag all the way up, and now I have this design as well. So when I click on the site name, I get this. When I click on the okay, give me 1 second. That's better, yeah. And when I click on the top name, I get this too. So I have changed my template without changing my design. So I'm going to affect this product only. If I'm interested in changing my design, I will have to go to my design, change it, and recreate a new product. That's entirely possible. But right now, since we have the main file here, let's go and change this. So now I have my template that I changed the print file, so it has two options. And let's see how that reflects on the preview. Okay, I have the two. I have the product images. Remember, this is our mockup. I have the site name, which is the original one, and I have my top name that is the new one. So all I need to do is just put this somewhere around here until it's kind of okay. I'm just trying to see. Okay, I think that's correct. Yeah, and this will be slightly rotated like we did before. Yeah. So now I can see my side name or my top name just like that. And let's go next and save it. Of course, we have now new items that we need to be adding that to the options. But let me show you how it's done. Once you save the template, okay, you can just, if there are small modifications, you can just go back to your templates, upload your product, and all is well. But if you made these sort of changes that added new items, you can go to the store section here, go to the product list, okay, and find the product. This one, the live session sun bucket. Now remember, we created these options were created using the basis of the design, but we have changed this template, and now we have new options. We have layouts, we have new text, we have new images. So I can just click here and create a new option set from the template. Okay, now we have a new option set. We remove the old one, not deleting, just removing, and save the last changes. You need to remember that when you create a new option set, the original stuff will show up. So if we created the no option, we actually need to create that again. The same with the layers. So basically now, if you check the options, we have something new. We have something called layout. This is created by Customily because you created layouts in your template, or your design. You have two options: top name and side name. And these other items we see here are conditioned. The first text and the first image selection will be for the side name, so they will show only for the side name. And this one goes the same. And these other two will show for the top name. This conditional logic is done automatically by Customily based on your layouts. As simple as that. And you don't have to do anything else. Of course, it would be nice if you customize the text one, the image selection two. You definitely should do that. Okay. I won't do that because I want to create something else with you. But if I refresh this with a new template and a new set of options, I now start off with the layout. My choice is to top or side. Top name will have this showing here and previewing the design here. For the other hand, side name will have this here and this here. Once you have played around with both of them, you always keep the information from the other one, so you can preview one or the other. That's a great way to add extra designs and changing positions without giving too much freedom. Because to be fair, if you give the freedom to, you cannot do that in Customily because of, well, we want to avoid basically having people dragging this completely outside of the bucket. So after numerous feedback, the idea was to get a fast customization and a quick add to cart. So in a minute, you have everything showing and ready to go. And that's conversion rates. You don't want too much freedom and customers being overwhelmed with that. You want things to be as clear and simple as possible. If you need to go and create more designs, you are free to come here to Customily and add more designs, do complex changes to the original one as much as you want. There's no limitation there, but you are always in control of your customization. Okay, let's go with this. There's an easy thing and a not that easy thing about this product. This product has a trick. Now, actually, it's a combination of two products because we created a summer beach towel with a male design, and then we also created one with a female design, and we combine them together. And let me show you how it's done. It's not that hard. Um, so basically, what we're going to do is we're going to create a new product, and in this particular case, I want to go to Custom Cat, for example. So when I click here or any other print on demand, I get to see the catalog. I get to browse through the pages, check out the different mockups, and find the one I want to sell. We're going to be using this product now. Okay. We're going to select this. There's only one variant. Okay. And instead of picking my designs, which I could basically, I could use any of this, I'm going to go to Customily. This is summer week, so we are summer season. And here's the thing. We're going to create a cat days for some of summer woman, and then we're going to do the same and create another product with the man version. One of these products will be published, and the other will be kept as a draft because what we want to retrieve is the template. So our main product will be changing templates when selecting the gender. Within the same product, you can have multiple templates. Okay. And that's what we're going to be doing now. So I'm going to click here on the Cat Days of Summer Woman. We're going to let this work for a couple of minutes. And to save you time, we're going to assume that we have already created the male version, which we have on the sake of having that working there. But we want you to see how it works. Remember, this particular product is being created with a Custom Cat connection through API. So whenever I purchase this towel with my customization, the print file will go straight to Custom Cat with the order information, the order number, the product, the quantity, the variant, the shipping address, everything. And Custom Cat will grab the file, fulfill, and deliver. Almost there. And done. Okay, give it a second. Now, this is our mockup, and let's go with the cats. My name. This is the eye colors, lips colors, long hair, like this. This top color, these glasses. I'm just playing around to grab a nice preview. I always like to show as much options as possible and yeah, and give a nice image of our design. Yeah, so that's my new product image. Very important. I need to find this product easier on my store. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to I'm going to scroll up, and instead of this one, I'm going to edit this and change the name. So let me call this live session. Yeah, live session towel, just like that. Female, male towel. Put a cost, yeah, and all said and done. Now let's publish this. Very important. This will show up if you have not done the API key integration. And I'm going to show you that later, but it's very important because right now you can create the product, but until you have the API integrated, you won't be able to automatically fulfill. This sign will always show up when you publish something from a print-on-demand provider that you have not input the API key. Okay, now I have this this product ready to go, and what I'm going to do is find it on my Shopify list of products. Let me refresh this. And well, this is the female male, like that. This is the best way to find that. Live session female male towel. That's the one. This is my product as a common product from Shopify, active product on the online store. This is the title, the description, and the media. And here we have the variants. So quick trick, we can actually change the template. Let me show you how. Remember, we want to offer both genders on one product. So if I go to products here and find the, oh, there's nothing here. I need to sync. Sometimes that's necessary because new products show up all the time. That's the product. When you get to see the product created by Customily and Custom Cat, you see the template here and the options. Now, I could actually get inside this option set and add an extra option for you to change the template. That's a Customily function that you can do. But the thing is, I can change the template and keep the same options. And that would be ideal. So you can actually have the same options. So changing the hairstyle and stuff, and just flipping between a male template and a female template. Now, here's the thing, the options are not the same. Why? Because we have beard for the male, we have lip colors for the women, so more hairstyle for one and the other. So there's options are not the same. We need to actually have both options on the same product. We need to have add another option set. In this case, the option set we need is the one created for the male. Yeah, this is the female frontal, okay, and now this is the beach icons, and this one is the male frontal option set. So I click here, I say okay, and now we have two options. Now that's perfect, it's okay. What's going to happen on the front end is you will see all the female options and then all the male options. That's kind of too much options, right? So how can we load one template and one option, or the other template and the other option? And that's easy with variants. Variants are within the product in Shopify, okay? But once you have your variants set up, you can actually have functions in Customily to change to either load this one or this one. These are the option sets. So let me show you how you can actually do this. I'm going to save this product now with the two options, okay? Go back to my Shopify product and add another variant. This variant will be called gender, yeah? And the values are female and male. Okay, now we have two new variants. We need to save this, of course. Okay, and how will this reflect on Customily? Just come back to the product. Obviously, you don't see that right away. You need to actually go to products and sync again. So the information drops from Shopify. Find the product again, this one. And now in the variants, you get to see the options, the variants. And you see when you open this, the color is just white, so there's nothing here. When you open the gender variant, these are the two variants you have available. You can have sizes, colors, anything. And here you have the chance to add a function, a Customily function. Customily functions can go from changing images. Usually when you have colors, you want to change images. But when you have sizes, you want to change templates. And in this case, well, you can affect text, text colors, choose fonts depending on the variant. Actually, we want to change the entire template. So for the female, I'm going to select the template that I created last, female frontal. And for the male, I'm going to find this one called the male frontal, correct? Yeah. So now you see, whenever I pick female, I load this template. Whenever I pick male, I load this template. But that's for the graphic part, the template. So imagine I'm customizing the woman hairstyle, but I have a guy on the image. That's not the way we want things. So here, when you see all both option sets, you can set which options you want to show. So here you can set the condition for the entire option set. And you want to show this option set when the gender is female, okay? And you want to set the other option set when the gender is male. As simple as that. It's easier to say, I know, but now you have this as a great example. When you go deep into possibilities, you could actually condition each one of the unique options to a variant, but that's kind of a pretty big process. We want to have we want to have the option sets loaded. So now we have the variants controlling the templates and the option sets. Remember, here you need to load at least one template just to begin with, and you need to have a full list of all your options so you can later control them. Having saved it, you can come to the product, refresh, and now you have variants. Okay, you have options, in this case, options for the female. Okay, but if I click male, new template loads and new options load. And that's how you combine two Customily designs into one single product. If you have any questions, any doubts, write to support@customily.com. Open a live chat in the app. Okay, we have a live chat with our support agents during business hours. And join our Facebook communities, because there's a lot of people playing around with that, commenting the live sessions, asking questions, those questions that you may pop later today. Someone may have answered that or can answer you that really fast on the communities. Well, that's all the time we have for today, friends. And we have really interesting things coming on June. Next week, we're going to be doing a first steps on Customily 101, installing the app, getting to know, following onboarding, see how to upload your own clip arts into libraries. We may not create anything, but we're going to get all started off I will be doing the same steps you do when you create something, a brand new store empty with all they're going. We're going to have a special live session for that. We're going to have live sessions dedicated to Pride Month, and more to come for home decor and cozy week, and also stationery. You all have asked about stationery. Stationery is really amazing with Customily, has a lot of potential and a lot of quickness for end users, and we're going to be doing that on live sessions. So keep signing up for next month, and see you on Thursday.